Welcome to the Temple Without Boundaries. This is Octavia Brooks, Reverend Octavia Brooks, and I'm here today to present to you a session with Mother Mary. I'm very pleased to let you know that I have recently been able to merge with her, and it is my absolute pleasure. I'm very grateful to be able to bring her to you. And it doesn't matter whether you're attending the webinar live or if you are watching the replay, because Mother Mary does not have to worry about time or space. So the first thing I'd like to do today is to open the Temple Without Boundaries. And the Temple Without Boundaries is an astral temple. What that means is that it exists in the areas in the clouds, in the pure potential space. And what that means is that you can invoke the Temple Without Boundaries for your own meditation purposes. And in that sense, it's a public temple, and it's kind of an energetic shift. When you step into the temple, you are stepping into this field that is containing you, that is helping you to connect with yourself and connect with your higher self and connect with the divine, however you define that for yourself. And it should help you achieve your goals in your spiritual practice. So to do this at home, and I'd like to show you how to do this today so that you can do it yourself at home. First thing I would recommend is to get some kind of a candle. I have here a lovely Mother Mary candle because it's appropriate for today. And then I usually start by lighting that candle. So I'm going to get the candle lit. But it's going to be off camera, so I apologize. It is lit here. I'm going to set it down. And the next thing you do is find where you are located in the directions. So if you can understand, relative to where you're sitting right now, where east is and where north is and where south is and west. And it may be easier for you to do this if you have the north at your back or something that makes you feel comfortable in the directions. My room is set up more or less at a diagonal. And then what we do is invoke the 7 directions. So those are the first 4, north, south, east, and west. And then we invoke the great below. And the great below, as you'll hear when I am speaking to the great below, it is the Mother Earth, the wonderful planet that provides for us and supports us and gives us a wonderful foundation to stand on and nourishes and feeds our bodies. In my belief system, the earth nourishes us and heals us. And then I'll be calling on the great above, which is the masculine principle. And we can think of the great above as the stars, as the sun, as the moon, as all the universes, time, dimension, space, all of that pure potential. So we'll call upon the great above. And the last thing we'll do is we'll call upon the great center. So the center is the focal point of all of those 6 elements, integrating all of them and bringing them together. And the center is a very holy, sacred place of integration, of pure potential, of the return. Everything must return into the center, and everything is born from the center. If you can think of the divine union of the God and Goddess, and you can also think in terms of the center being the portal for divine love. So the Temple Without Boundaries actually lives in that center place. And when we get to the center and we've called upon center, then we'll open the doors of the Temple Without Boundaries and feel that energetic shift that you've stepped into a sacred space. So I'm going to start with this invocation now, and we're going to start with the direction of east. So for me, that is over here. And I would like to call all angels, archangels, allies, ancestors, supporters, guides, helpers, and protectors from the direction of east and from the element of air to please be here now in this session with the universe and with Mother Mary in attendance and with everyone on the internet who sees this recording, and calling upon all of those witnesses and supporters from east and from air to please be here. And then calling upon all of the supporters, guides, allies, ancestors, archangels, protectors, guardians of South and of the element fire. So asking all of these high beings to please be here to witness this wonderful session with the internet and with Mother Mary, and to help contain us and enfold us. And now calling upon all of the allies, ancestors, archangels, protectors, guides, guardians, ancestors of the West and of the element of water, and calling all of these high beings to be here with us today, to contain us in this session, to hold space for us, to bring their blessings. And now turning to the north, into the element of earth, and calling all the archangels, allies, ancestors, guides, supporters, helpers from the element of earth and from north to please be here and to add to this container and to support us as we open the gates of the temple in this internet session with Mother Mary. And now calling upon the great below, calling upon the great below, the wonderful foundational element of the great Mother Gaia, who supports us all, who gave us birth, who nourishes and feeds us. The calling upon the consciousness of the earth to please support us in this session, be here to ground us today. Welcome, earth. And now calling upon the great above, and calling upon the divine masculine principle, and calling upon the archangels of time and space, and the sun and the moon and the stars, and all the universes, all the multiverses, all the reaches of the internet would also be part of the great masculine principle of the divine above. So we can also call upon the center of the universe, we can also call upon God, Goddess, Creator. All of that is also part of the element of above. And now we want to focus on center. So sitting in the middle of all these fantastic, these 6 wonderful anchor points and these 6 sources of beings and helpers for us, and integrating all of that in our hearts, in our own personal center, and in the divine center where the portal of divine love is open for us. And we sit in that vibration of center, and we call upon the temple without boundaries to open its gates for us, to contain us in this session. And in this session, the gates are opening as wide as the internet, as wide as time and space, so that any future viewers of this webinar will also feel that shift into the temple and being contained. So now that the temple is open and this session is happening and it's being contained in the temple, I would like to introduce Mother Mary, and we'll be in presence of Mother Mary for about 10 minutes, and then some people submitted some questions for her to answer, and I'll be answering those, or she'll be answering those questions through me, and we'll be able to help those people who are in need. And anyone who participates in this webcast, whether live or in the future, will also be receiving these blessings of Mary. She has some techniques that she uses to reach all of you. And so please just take some moments in meditation in front of the video here, in front of the camera, in front of your computer, and just participate in her divine blessing. So I'm going to open that channel now for you by saying the Hail Mary prayer. Hail Mary, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women. Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray to God for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. I'm here with you all today, my children. I open my heart to receive you. Step into my heart. Step into my divine graces. I feel the weariness of much travel. Your roads have been long in this lifetime. Know that we are one. You are watched over by divine grace. Your love is divine. Connecting with your love connects you to me. Receive my divine graces through this child, this servant. Allow my graces to flow within you to any places that are sore, tired, or weak. My love flows along your nervous system. It flows through your mind and through your entire nervous system. I may reach you in meditation through your heart. You are always in my embrace. I watch over you. I hear you when you call out to me. I am always with you. I am lifting you up every day. Should you stumble, I am there to catch you. Should you weep, I am there to comfort you. Should you need to be cleansed, I am there to cleanse you. I give you my blessing through this temple without boundaries. Because it has the capacity to reach many. It is like the nervous system of today's society. Like the nervous system in your body, it communicates. I have blessed this temple without boundaries so that it is able to reach far. It is another messenger for me. I am saying thank you to the service of this woman for bringing me to you today, and I am ready for your questions. There was a question from a woman who is a spirit sister with this woman about her sleeping. She is having difficulty sleeping. There needs to be a wider opening in your energy body to handle the high vibrations that you are receiving in this spiritual path. You have experienced a dichotomy between your body's capacity and your spiritual improvements. I will now attune your body and your spirit to bring you this alignment and assist with your sleeping. You are healed, my daughter. Are there any other questions? And this is Octavia being in two places at once. If anyone has a question, they can write it into the chat forum now, and you're always welcome to send me questions in advance. There is someone with a heaviness in their heart. I will bring peace and comfort to that heart. Remember that divine love is always available. This world is ready for peace, and I ask you to go in peace through the world. Many spiritual leaders provide this message, but it is the practical, day-to-day aspects that are elusive. Look into your mind and weigh your thoughts. Do you have thoughts of judgment? Do you have an uneasy conscience? Are you withholding yourself? Or are you choosing to be generous? These are the thoughts that you can weigh in your mind every day to accomplish peace on this planet. Study the way you love. In love you flourish. In love you are closer to God. As you open your way to love, peace comes through you physically. It surrounds you like a bubble when you are really connected to love. And this bubble has a very broad radius. And when your bubble, your aura, is filled with divine love and with peace, you're creating a ripple effect that is much bigger than what you would expect. Auras around people bump into each other a lot. And when your aura of peace connects with another person's aura, you catalyze peace in that person. Do not ever underestimate your own power to create peace in the world. That is all I have to say today. Thank you for being with this woman in the Temple Without Boundaries. Thank you, Holy Mary, Mother of God. Thank you for coming and joining in the Temple Without Boundaries. When it comes time for you to close out your meditation and you're ready to close the temple, you can simply blow out the candle and imagine that all of the angels and allies and all of the divine forces that you called and the temple itself, that all of that is closing down when the candle flame goes out. And that will be closing your meditation session, and then you can take all of those lessons and all that connection with you inside and out into the world, like Mother Mary is suggesting. Have a wonderful day. Namaste.